What if I told you that Karan Johar's dress at the Met Gala is a sort of a revenge on racism story that originated 500 years ago with Christopher Columbus? Let me explain. It all started in 1492 when Christopher Columbus discovered America, at least for the white people. 400 years later, United States decides to celebrate Columbus's discovery with a mega event called the World's Columbian Exposition, better known as the 1893 Chicago World Fair. But there was a darker and slightly racist side to this. The entire event was designed as a human ladder based on social Darwinism. The exhibition was intentionally divided into two contrasting areas. One which was called the White City, which focused on Europeans and advanced civilizations. And the other was where foreign and exotic cultures like Native Americans, Inuits, Africans and Asians were put on display to simply show how far humanity had come from apes to indigenous people to the so-called advanced European civilizations. These were literally called human zoos. Native Americans and Inuit performers were locked inside exhibits. But in all of this, there were two Indians who were invited to the Chicago World Fair. One famously was Swami Vivekananda, who was invited to speak at the Parliament of Religions, and he received a 2-minute standing ovation. The Americans loved him, not just because he was exotic, but because he was intellectually exotic. And the second Indian to be invited was Raja Ravi Verma, the painter. He didn't attend the event, but he sent 10 of his paintings to be displayed at the fair. What is interesting is that Ravi Verma's 10 paintings weren't displayed in the Palace of Fine Arts, where France, Germany, Japan, Italy, and the US showcased their artworks. His paintings were placed in the ethnography section under the label The Life of the Native Peoples, not seen as art, more as specimens. The paintings were notable for depicting diversity of Indian women across communities, Muslim, Parsis, Hindus, tribal women, making them an implicit argument for India's civilizational complexity, in contrast to the primitive framing that this fair had. One of these paintings was called There Comes Papa, which was one of India's first paintings to borrow from European academic realism, merging it with Indian domestic life. Fun fact, Ravi Verma used his own daughter Mahaprabha as a model for this painting. And that same painting was featured on Karan Johar's dress among many other Verma paintings at the Met Gala in 2026. It's interesting how 130 years ago the same painting was used to prove white supremacy and was considered primitive art, and today is a sign of inclusivity at the world's most exclusive party. And now for the question of the day. At the 1893 World Fair in Chicago, the star attraction was a 260 feet tall steel contraption invented by a man named George Washington Beale. What was this thing? Let us know your guesses in the comments below, and as always, there are no wrong answers, only alternate facts.